please tell me you read your client's health history form before every single massage treatment. Well, you will after this. Welcome back to the Virtual Massage Clinic. My name is Michelle and thank you for being here today. Today we're going to be walking through a health history form online from start to finish, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to show you my thought processes as I look at a client's file for the first time. Now, I know this is not the most romantic thing about the massage industry to talk about. It's, I don't know, maybe you think it's boring. I personally really like health history forms. I think they're fascinating, and I'm going to tell you why. Health history forms are the backdoor access that you have into a client's life before they even get to your massage clinic. You haven't even met your client yet, and you have all this information on them, and that means that you can prepare a better treatment for them. Yes, you still need to do your initial intake questions when they come into your treatment room. However, having a little bit of information about them from the get-go means that you have a leg up. It means you can whip out any extra equipment you may need for modifications of the treatment: pillows, thermophores, hydrocolators, essential oils, you name it. It also means that you can jump and land into your initial intake with a leg up. Not literally a leg up. For example, if the client indicates on their health history form that they're coming in for relaxation treatments, but that they suffer from headaches, you can lead the interview with an inquiry about their headaches. And the other wonderful benefit of online health history forms is that it gives client an opportunity to really express their concerns. If you're anything like me, you've definitely seen a healthcare provider in the past that was way too busy, and I don't fault them for this, but you may have felt rushed along during the intake interview and not heard. The opportunity to fill out an online health history form gives the client space to be seen and to be heard and to voice their concerns. And sometimes that takes them verbally in person like 15 minutes to express. So it just accelerates that process so that you can get your client onto the treatment table and do what you need to do to serve them. And that is give them a darn good massage treatment, and the one they want and the one they deserve. So as we dive deep into this client's health history form, I'm going to talk out loud just to give you an idea of how I look at a health history form with fresh eyes every time I have a new client. In doing so, I'm going to try to answer 3 questions, which are: number 1, what does the client express that they want? Number 2, what does the client need? And number 3, what modifications or contraindications are indicated? Now, full disclaimer, all of this is subject to change once you actually meet your client and complete the initial intake assessment, but these are just really helpful head starts that you can get before your client even comes to meet you. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified every time. Okay, so here we are on the Clinicsense website. FYI, I am not paid to promote their products. However, I do sincerely really love Clinicsense. I used them when I was in practice in Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and I can't say enough about them. And I understand that both Americans and Canadian massage therapists really enjoy their online booking. So up to you to decide. I'm just going to be using their software to record this video and for future videos as well. So we're going to log in here to my account with Clinicsense. And okay, so here we go. Sophia DeMarco is coming in on Wednesday, June 10th at 9 a.m. She is a new client, as we can see, and she's got a Swedish massage booking. Let's see, she's booked with me. Awesome, 9 a.m. Let's take a look at her client file. Okay, so as I look through her file, she is born in 1983. Oh, she has the same birthday as me, April 6th. I know she's 37. She's married, she's employed. What does she do? Okay, so she is a physician's assistant. So right now I'm taking in information being like, what does she do on a daily basis? Does she sit or does she stand all day? And age is obviously kind of important too. Next, I'm looking to make sure that this is fully complete because contact information is often not fully complete. However, it looks pretty good. I don't need her home phone number, don't care. And let's go down. Okay, so I see an issue here. She has forgotten to include her family doctor's name and phone number. So I am going to make a point of asking her for that information when she comes in. I don't feel comfortable treating a client long-term without that information. I see doctor contact information as being quite akin to the emergency contact information, which she has, so that's good. All right, so that's just basic overview of who she is. 37 years old, married, physician's assistant. Let's get into the good stuff, the health history. Okay, so she has said she's coming in to relieve lower back pain, upper back pain. We can click on that in a bit, but let's keep going here. Health information. She rates her general health as excellent. She's never been to our clinic before. She's on the birth control pill. Common to see, but not super relevant to the majority of your massage treatments. No major injuries or accidents. Allergies, oh my gosh, you must know if the client has any allergies before they come in for the treatment, or not necessarily before they come in for the treatment, but you need to know about your client's allergies. Do not compromise on this. Okay, and then if we go down to the conditions she experiences, I'm going to look at this in a glance. She has clicked off 3 boxes and has something written there. Let's see what she says. So she has headaches and migraines. Okay, good to know. All clear here. And then she also experiences numbness and tingling. For me, that's an immediate red flag. So I'm not really looking at the health history form for this client in particular, so much as I am, what are the red flags that she's showing? What has she indicated that we can potentially treat and offer her treatment for? She has not expressed that she's coming in for headaches, but being a good massage therapist, I'm going to say to her, this is what I can offer for your headaches, or I'm at least going to explore the topic with her. Okay, and I'm also, oh, she has anxiety. Now her anxiety and headaches could be linked. We don't know until we ask her and have that conversation, but this is where my head is going. I'm trying to connect the dots, and already I'm like, okay, she has headaches, anxiety, nerve tingling, and she's coming for pain. You see where my thought processes go. And then, oh my gosh, I almost missed this. She has an S-curve scoliosis. Wow. Maybe the scoliosis is related to the nerve and tingling pain. I don't know yet, because she hasn't come in, but we'll find out. Relieve pain, let's see what she says. So this is where the client has, oh gosh, and this is the beautiful thing about online health history forms. And this is the part where she has actually clicked on the skeletal structure in the intake form and highlighted the areas that she has pain. And this is where the client's voice really comes out. And this is where you get to hear them. So the primary reason for the client's visit today is to relieve pain. They have not been treated for this issue before. They report a tender and aching pain in their lower back and upper back. The client reports the pain as a 7 out of 10, and the pain is 7 out of 10 at its worst and 2 out of 10 at its best. The onset of the pain was gradual, January 1st, 2010. Okay, so I know just from experience that there's a very good chance that this client is coming in because they have pain related to their scoliosis. I make no affirmative conclusions until I've had a chance to talk to them, but I'm already starting to develop a little bit of a treatment plan. Like I'm already thinking that their nerve pain could be related to scoliosis. There could be some compression of their vertebrae. And then that could be throwing off her posture, which is causing headaches. She may be sitting more than she wants as a physician assistant. Like I'm developing a bit of a story in my head, and I'm not getting too carried away with it. I'm very open to whatever she comes in with, and we're going to talk to her, and I'm going to talk to her and listen to her with open ears. But I can jump into her initial intake with a head start now, or a leg up as I called it earlier. So that in essence is how I read a health history form before a client comes into the treatment for the very first time. As you can see, I've categorized the information into kind of different categories, what I want to ask her about. I've already developed a little bit of a treatment plan, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. I feel super prepared to meet Sophia, and I hope you do as well. You'll notice I asked a lot of questions and have already started planning what I want to ask her, how I might modify the treatment, knowing that she has scoliosis and headaches and anxiety. In this particular treatment, I know that there are modifications and contraindications. I know to get the thermophore ready before she comes into the treatment, maybe the lavender essential oil. And I also know that the client is expressing that she wants a treatment that relieves her from pain. And what does she need? She needs to be relieved from pain, but there's probably also an opportunity to give her a treatment that helps her scoliosis and her headaches. Now, having said that, again, this is all subject to change once we finally meet Sophia and complete the initial assessment. So if this was helpful for you at all, please give this a like. That would greatly help to support my channel. I am making these videos for you, and I'm super excited to be here and show up for you twice a week. Hit subscribe to get notified of every video I post, and please also feel free, you're more than welcome to join our Facebook group called Massage Students. And this is a community of other students just like you who are striving to do better and be better therapists. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.